Hello, my name is Ubaldo Acosta. I hope you're ready to begin. Let's review the general agenda of the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript course. Are you ready? Let's begin. Starting. Introduction to HTML. In this section, we'll study an introduction to HTML. We'll also carry out the installation of the tools that we'll use throughout the course, and we'll create the first Hello World with HTML project. Knowing the bases. HTML components. In this section, we review several of the most common elements that we will use when using HTML. Text components, lists, hyperlinks, inclusion of images, among several other components. We'll create several exercises to put into practice each of these concepts. Knowing the styles. Introduction to CSS. We'll review an introduction to CSS, Cascade Style Sheet. We'll also review the concept of DOM, Document Object Model, to understand how CSS styles work. We'll create an exercise to start with the use of CSS styles. Applying design. Use of CSS styles. In this section, we'll review the types of selectors we have in CSS and create an exercise to understand these concepts. Combining technologies, tables and forms with HTML and CSS. In this section, we'll use tables in HTML, as well as define what an HTML form is, and we'll apply CSS styles to these forms to beautify them. We'll create several exercises to put this concept into practice. Knowing JS. Introduction to JavaScript. We'll study an introduction to JavaScript. We'll see the utilities of this language, as well as the scope of it within the web pages. We'll also see the role that JavaScript plays in an enterprise application. We'll create an exercise to see how to integrate JavaScript with our HTML pages. Structuring our code. Functions with JavaScript. We learn the concept of functions with JavaScript. At the end, JavaScript adds dynamism to our HTML pages, and this behavior will be encapsulated in JavaScript functions. We'll do an exercise to put this concept into practice. Combining technologies. HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. We'll see how to integrate the three HTML, CSS, and JavaScript technologies in a single project. We'll create a form which integrates the three technologies, and at the end of the exercise, we'll have integrated the three technologies in a single project. Broadly speaking, this is the general agenda of the course of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. These are just some of the many more topics that we'll learn throughout this course. So if you're ready, let's begin.